Good, it's nice to see you. How are you guys doing? All right.
I thank God for face-to-face ministries that has opened their doors to the homeless. I thank God that they feed, they give out coats. I thank God for the children that come here. They're safe, there's somewhere that they can enjoy expressing their goodness in life. The world is in need of social things. You know, we have a lot of things going on in the world, but we all have to work together for one common purpose, and that is for humanity.
Face to Face grew out of St. Vincent's Roman Catholic Parish more than 20 years ago. Really, the parishioners were noticing the change in the neighborhood and the difficulties that the neighbors were having, and they started to serve meals on the weekend. In 1997, it became clear that Face to Face should incorporate, become an independent, non-denominational 501c3, which is a nonprofit. People are welcome to come in and receive our services.
We greet them by name if we can, but always with total love and acceptance of what they're going through.
We come into this neighborhood as guests of the people in this neighborhood, and we don't hold out any kind of litmus test.
We want to welcome you face to face. We want to say, you matter. Restoring each guest's dignity. And that is where everything we do at Face to Face begins.
My name is Helen Newsom, and I'm a frequent client and visitor of Face to Face. I used to live right around the corner.
So Helen grew up in Germantown, born into a family. They had a home, and then her parents died, and there was this terrible fire, and they lost the house. And Helen had a great job, but then I think she was experiencing some mental illness, and it was difficult to get the appropriate treatment. And one thing led to another, and Helen was left homeless.
I was living without electric. I had no electric, no heat. And when they turned off the electric, that eliminated my refrigerator. You know, this was a place where I can come, get some heat, you know, get something to eat.
The list of challenges of our clients is endless. First, there's poverty. 30% of our population lives in deep poverty. And deep poverty means you live below 50% of the federal poverty line.
An individual lives on $5,000 or less a year, and a family of 4 live on $11,800. Sabu Hubert is our facilities manager, security, maintenance. He is the one man who does it all.
I'm from the neighborhood, so I know a lot of the guys, and I'm able to talk to them, and you know, we virtually have no incident here. You know, maybe sometimes someone may raise their voice or something like that, but then I'll be like, you know, come on, just bring it down a little bit. And they respect the overall mission of the place.
He is kind of the keeper of the washateria, and he handles it so discreetly that very often no one knows anybody's in there.
There are a lot of people in the neighborhood who would not be able to take a shower otherwise, or be able to afford to go to the laundromat to have their clothes washed. This is really an important item to the community.
Our guests are encountering problems that we all experience in our own lives or see in our own family, but we have support networks. We have people to help us through. Our guests don't have that. So Face to Face steps in to be that for people, to help them through the rough time.
My family couldn't afford to provide us with coloring books, crayons, coloring pencils. I spent years wondering whether or not I had any kind of art talent, any kind of ability. You know, it was something that I thought I might enjoy. Through the Face to Face art program, I found out that I do have a lot of talent, you know, and it's real relaxing as far as being able to forget while you're doing this what any of your other problems are.
I think it's important to remember that the reduction of suffering is okay in and of itself. I think people come in here, we don't offer shelter, but I can't tell you the number of people for whom Face to Face is home.
It relieves a lot of stress with people. It's coming along pretty good, don't you think? Yeah, I like that one. Hey, give thanks.
Oh, that's fascinating.
See?
Being homeless is like trying to survive and stay alive and stay out of trouble and away from dangerous people and criminals and all those things. It kind of seems like it's impossible to do it by myself.
We are a destination for people who are really struggling.
The problems are tough. Intergenerational poverty is really hard to get at.
Hunger, illness, homelessness, and then of course there's a fair amount of mental illness among our guests.
If I was lucky, I would go stay at the $50 motel or something, and if not, I would actually be bundled up, sleeping on little platforms and things. I would end up starving and getting very sick. A big part of my disability is I get very sick of like chronic bronchitis and all these things. It's pretty bad. It's pretty desperate.
A friend brought me here. I was in the program before I came up here. I was on drugs real bad. I lost my ID. He wanted to bring me around here for lunch, so I came around here with him. They gave me a new ID. They do the birth certificate.
They call me the ambassador because I try to keep things together. As you see, I'm a paraplegic, and it's in my best interest for me to come here. Eat some meals sometime.
It's like whatever you need, they will help you. I didn't even know that this place existed, and then somebody was telling me that if you need like legal help, they'll even help you with that. When I was going through some trouble, I came up here and talked to some people up here too, and they were very helpful.
So many of our clients deal with chronic mental illness, and so to provide a space that allows them to access necessary services in an easy way is critically important. The beauty of a place like this is it's a one-stop shop. People can come in and meet with the social worker. She determines that it's really a legal issue that they're dealing with. She can refer them right down the hall.
We are the only agency in this city that provides legal, social, meal, and health services and children's programs. There's no other agency like us in the city.
Most of the clients that we help are clients who have mental health impairments, and the very reason that they're disabled has prevented them from successfully following through the process to obtain disability benefits. We have a wonderful success record in helping clients obtain disability on initial application.
My problems are minimal compared to what I see and talk to people about each day. Pain issues, hypertension, diabetes, hepatitis C, hepatitis B. They have addiction issues, mental health issues, obviously nutritional issues. And so we're here as a support service for all of those community needs. Clients are either not taking their medication, don't have access to their medication, or don't see the importance of following up with their healthcare providers. So there's a lot of nursing education to be done in this community.
I would say most of my requests to help people is with housing.
Because it's a poor area and the houses are old, that often is a problem in terms of the housing conditions themselves. They often come and tell us that they don't have heat, or they don't have hot water, or that there's mold. And so we try to be proactive with them so that they have these issues corrected. One of the areas that is just such a glaring need is the lack of legal ID that our clients have. It's really an uphill battle for something that I think by and large society thinks is a no-brainer. You just go get your ID. And it really is a big obstacle for the poor.
I don't think people who are not in this field understand a lot of the trauma and maybe the PTSD that people are faced with on a daily basis.
It was like wonderful to experience unconditional love and get back up on your horse or get back on your feet, or to just be able to rely on people without worrying of what's going to happen today, tomorrow, things like that.
It's the glue of the neighborhood. It brings everything together. I mean, look at the number of people that's here today alone. And this is basically 5 or 6 days a week.
So the community really need this place. When I first came here, something happened in the program in the house where I'm staying at. So this place, I mean, for protection, it can protect you.
It's like everybody just works together. It is like a big family.
If this wasn't here, the community would be missing something for sure.
I don't have any scientific evidence to back this up, but I believe that the way we treat people makes this part of Germantown a little bit safer. I really believe that people pay it forward when they leave. It is not rocket science. We do simple things. But I think what stands us apart is not what we do, but the way we do it. We open our doors around 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, and people begin slowly to fill up that dining room.
As soon as the door is open, we can come into the dining room, sit down, have tea, coffee, socialize with people. Hey Dexter, how you doing? You a regular?
And the whole sense of the space is that it belongs to the people who are there.
Once they walk in, they can just leave everything else behind, and they have a clear mind, and they just enjoy their time here. They're treated just like family. We don't single anybody out. We make sure everything's equal for everybody.
A lot of them talk to me, tell me their problems. Like we were friends forever. That's how a lot of them are in here.
And we have anywhere from 1,500 to 3,000 volunteers who come every year to work in our dining room and in our other programs.
I can connect with them because I've been through a lot of stuff that they've been through, speaking of being homeless, being around a lot of drugs. I mean, growing up with a hard childhood and coming here to actually be able to help give back is what's the best thing about here.
In a restaurant, it's like you're just working for money. But here is more about dignity. Food is a way to bring everybody together.
Our chef, Altanor Vival, has come from Haiti. It's supposed to snow. Did you hear that? So we should think maybe about having something to go on Monday.
All right, we can do it.
Our meals are not just nutritious anymore. They're very attractive.
It's like a piece of art, so we take time to be able to do it. We use a lot of herbs, so it's a way for the people to get healing for the food they're eating. In a restaurant, you just come, you eat, and you go home. Here, they come every day, so it becomes a family affair. You have to know them, understand their struggle, talk to them, and then listen to them. So if we can be able to build a culture together as friends, family, things like that, I think we can be able to succeed.
We also have 3 children's programs. We have an after-school program where we help children deal with homework and whatever kind of remediation they need.
My son is in the after-school program. I mean, it helps a lot being here.
It's not that their parents don't love them as much as we love their kids, but their parents are stressed. Often they're holding down 2 jobs. Maybe there's a parent incarcerated. Maybe neither parent is working. We also make sure their homework's done. So that's taking one thing off that family for the evening.
I've been coming here for about 5 years. My favorite thing about camp is sports, because you get to play a lot and you can run off your energy.
An extension of our after-school program is our July summer camp. It's all enrichment.
Sports, dance, organized games, art, drama. The counselors are very patient with you. They always help you. And they teach you how to do different things and new things.
They deserve the exposure to new and different things. So we have since instituted an August academic camp where we run 3 weeks to get the kids ready to go to school.
I'm walking down the street, I said, oh Lord, you know, I need me a job. This is just awful. And walked right in there and got the job, said, come back this afternoon. And now I'm getting income tax. Ain't the Lord, ain't the Lord beautiful?
I think that some people are really misguided with the idea that if you're super poor, it must be your own fault. Like, you must be lazy, you must be, not motivated, you don't get up on time to get to a job. And that couldn't be further from the truth. And I think when people come and visit us and get to know our clients and hear their stories, I think they are shocked at the many different roads that can lead a person to be in the situation that our clients are in.
Did you know Helen before you came here?
She's a godsend.
She is.
We get along, and she's showing me things that I need to know.
Nice.
She's very kind.
I know she is.
We have a piano in the dining room that people play every day. And they do not sit down at that piano and bang on it. They sit down and play Mozart, Duke Ellington, and Beethoven. And to me, that is the greatest evidence of the stable lives so many of our guests had at one time. And here they are today, through no fault of their own, but through a myriad of circumstances beyond their control and clearly lacking a safety net, which we step in now to try and provide.
It's not easy to get out of poverty. I am not pretending that the tools that face-to-face brings to the table are enough. I'm not pretending that. But we do what we can.
There certainly are days when you feel like, oh my goodness, it's almost like Sisyphus, pushing the boulder up the hill. But you just say to yourself, I can't solve all the problems facing our guests. I can't. But I can make a difference in each guest's life.
And so we have a small footprint. We don't have a huge footprint, but we have a deep footprint.
I think recognizing that you can affect change in a small area is still very powerful.
Our goal is to meet the needs of this neighborhood and eventually put ourselves out of business. And anybody who can help us do that, we are more than grateful, because I firmly believe that people want to do good. People really want to be part of the solution of social inequality. I think very often they don't know how to do it. This is a place they can do it.
The world is real tough. Just the overall welcoming atmosphere is beneficial. There are a lot of people who, when they come through the door, they might be cursing, mad. By the time they leave the door, they're laughing, smiling. Gives a lot of motivation to people.
There's no difference between my mother and an elderly lady coming through that door, or my son and a little boy coming through that door. They're the same.
Despite the gap or the gulf of economic differences, the humanity that we share is what's really key.